everybody. Welcome to another 52 Comms Mixup with Stephanie Wonderlin. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing?
Great. How about you?
Hey, doing great. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. So we're going to go and get started with our 4 questions. Everybody, you guys know how we do it. 2 questions about business or work, 1 question about something off topic and fun, and then 1 about a cause or something you're passionate about. So let's go ahead to question 1. Sound good?
Great.
All right, cool. So Stephanie, this is kind of a long question. I always kind of ask long questions. But for as long as I've known you, you've been a strong advocate of mobile, and now you're working every day at 44 Doors, and it's 44doors.com, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. 44 Doors on Twitter?
Yes.
Okay, good. I always like to get that in there. So I'm a bit of a QR code skeptic, and I've told you this before, so I want to hear your take, but also I kind of want to know what you think just about what's coming next in mobile in general, like what to watch for since you're kind of working with it every day now.
Sure. I think there's a lot of different people that they're excited about QR codes, but then they're starting to see them everywhere, but yet marketers aren't really using them effectively. And so that's one of the things that, we're really working with our prospective clients and current clients on really how to use them. We're seeing so many people that are sticking QR codes everywhere, and they just go to, maybe their websites, maybe a social networking page. And so I guess the biggest part is to lead them to a website that is mobile optimized. Give them something that is going to be new. So there's, I guess, a large company, and I won't give away this name. We might all figure out who it is. But if you go into their store and you scan a QR code, literally all the information that's right in front of you then pops up on your phone. So it doesn't really give you anything new. There's not even the opportunity to, read any reviews.
Right.
Maybe see some videos on the product. Whatever the case may be, they're really not leading you to anything new. Or there's the opportunity that we've seen that people are putting a QR code maybe on a piece of collateral. Well,
Right.
Then you scan the QR code and it goes to the PDF version of that collateral. It doesn't take you anywhere new.
That's a lot of value, right?
Right. So that's what we're trying to say, bring them to something new. So, maybe a microsite, and that's something that we can do through 44 Doors. And so, give them some new information, ask for their email address, connect with them through your social networks, and make them, go ahead and want to talk about your product, because mobile is really, really colliding with social media. There's so many people that whenever you think about it, you're never without your phone. And so you're usually updating your Twitter status, Facebook, or any other social network right there from your phone while you're out, while you're taking pictures, you're sharing your fitness routine with different people. So it's going to be a new way to really make sure that a company is taking the advantage of people that have their cell phones with them, and that they're going to be able to use them and then interact with them. So the other part of it is to, like I said, get them to take action. So whenever you're having them scan that code, what are you asking them to do? Give them something new, and then ask them to either share it or move on to. We have the client Kendall Jackson that they're giving away new recipes. They're talking about other wines that they have. So it's moving them along in the sales process to hopefully get them to maybe buy another type of wine. Or come back, scan the code another time, maybe come back get another bottle of wine and have a brand new recipe that you can use with that bottle of wine.
Right, so new content. Yeah, and what's funny about that too is like when I was hearing you talk, I was hearing my digital lead that I work with a lot say, when we talk to her about a website or a web property, what's the call to action, right? I mean, you got to have a call to action. It sounds like literally here, even though that sounds simple, it's something that's still evolving as far as people understanding they need to have that call to action with these QR codes too.
That's right. I mean, they are the brand new shiny object. And like I said, I think there's a lot of different people that are, kind of trying to give them a bad rep. But I really don't see that happening, because I think as people start to understand how to use them and, of course, best practices, I think that you're going to see a lot of QR codes that are being used correctly. Probably as the year goes on, probably within the next 6 months, I think there's going to be a lot of people that will then understand how to use them. But then the other part is, connecting them with SMS, also doing branded short URLs. That's going to help So if there is somebody without a smartphone, so if they can't scan that QR code,
Right.
they can still interact with your brand.
Good point. Yeah. All right. I'm coming around. I've been a QR code skeptic. I'm getting there. Keep working on me.
Right.
Anything else with mobile that the kind of the second part of that question that people should be on the lookout for that you guys are hearing a lot about or seeing a lot about?
It's definitely a conversation that comes up a lot, whether we're talking with, our customers or even just around the office. And it's really the opportunity that my coworker, Tim Hayden, has been talking a lot about is that not only right now we are trying to interact with brands, but I think that brands, stores, whatever, are going to now be trying to interact with us. And so before we can even take our phone out, they're going to know, just like you and I were talking about with Shopkick.
Right.
There's the opportunity for you to walk in that store. The store already knows you're there and you're getting loyalty points. So you don't have to take out your phone, check in through any of the location-based marketing platforms. You can go ahead and the store will literally do it for you.
Yeah, almost too easy not to use, right?
Right. They know that you want it, they know what you like, and they're probably going to be suggesting products for you.
Right. Yep. No, that starts to make more sense in my head. I know when I talked to Tim about it, I told him the same thing. So will be interesting to see where it is in like 6 months to a year.
Right.
So,
exactly.
okay. Question number 2. Let's talk a little bit about Tweetheart TV. So let me make sure I get this right. The first online interactive social media program.
Exactly.
Yes. All right. Sweet. So, so tell us your vision for that program. By the way, guys, if you haven't checked out Tweetheart TV that Stephanie does before, it is literally an incredibly impressive and informative online, social media show that you'll want to see. She's got a YouTube channel for it. Also shares it on Facebook all the time, so you can check it out there. Talk to us about your vision for it, Stephanie. And then I think when I've talked to a lot of people about it, they're also like, how do you execute it behind the scenes? Because you're doing some things with the videos, like how you've got a menu to click on other videos that,
Right.
It's not just normal what you see in a YouTube video day to day. So talk to us a little bit about your vision, but then how you execute it.
Sure. Well, kind of giving you a little bit of a background behind the idea of the interactive show is that there's a lot of other great shows out there. I mean, a ton of my friends have great shows, but one thing I noticed is that some of them might be 7, 10, even 15 minutes long. There's a lot of different people that don't really feel that they have the time to sit there and watch everything, because there might only be a couple different pieces that they want to watch. And so therefore, that's how I came up with the idea of saying, okay, I'm going to talk about 4 different things every single week. There might be 2 that you want to watch. You might want to watch all of them. But I'm giving you the opportunity at that first online menu to say, hey, here's the 4 things I was going to talk about. You can choose whatever you want to watch, and then you can share what you want as well.
Right.
So you might watch something and say, well, great, my friend would love to watch this as well. Then you're only sending that person just that one clip. And those clips are usually, 2 minutes or under.
Right.
And, I really try to do that just to make sure that I'm making the best use out of people's time and trying to give them the best piece of information. I could probably talk for 5-10 minutes on one product or one application or a Facebook tip, but people, want to get their information very, very quickly. So this is going to be the best way to do it. So really how I see Tweetheart TV kind of moving in the future is that I have some new things coming up. I'm going to be filming on location at different events that I'm here at in Austin, just to kind of show, hey, here's what's going on in Austin with social media. Here's some of the different networking events that I go to, talking with other people, and trying to get out some information that way. But then the other part of it is just trying to make sure that the audience is pretty broad. So I have beginners that are interested in the show, and I also have more advanced users that are also interested. So I think it's going to be a good mix of here's some quick tips if you've just started on Twitter or just started in social media. And then also for the more advanced users, here's some different changes that are happening with Facebook. Here's some more advanced search options within Twitter. So there's going to be a great way that I can connect with everyone in the audience instead of just one level.
Right. Exactly.
And so you obviously wanted to hear kind of the secrets then behind all the editing.
Anything you feel comfortable revealing only.
Yeah. I do have to I'll let you know that I actually have maybe told one person how I do everything within YouTube, and so it's very simple. I will at least let you know that. But there's pieces of that is done within Final Cut Pro, and then other pieces that are done within YouTube. But literally anybody can do this. I could probably teach my nephew, and he could do it. So I guarantee that if you probably did a little research, you could find out too. But I don't really give away that secret. So I'm trying to keep that one under wraps, because obviously I've kind of captured the attention, and so I'll try to keep it that way with my secrets.
You definitely have. It's definitely intriguing. So if you were thinking about getting involved with Final Cut Pro, anyone, this is just another reason to take a look into it. So exactly,
it's a powerful program. So I would definitely suggest it. iMovie's great too, so I don't want to put down that program. But I've been doing a little bit of editing training myself, so it's there's a lot going on. So it's going to be exciting though. Tweeter TV has some new things coming out, so there's been a little lag in the videos, but I guess that happens when new things are coming.
Yep, cool. Sounds exciting. We'll be watching for it, and if you become good on Final Cut, I may be asking you offline for advice.
There you go, no problem.
Okay, Stephanie, so the third question, off topic, I love all the great pictures you share of your son on Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. In fact, the one the other day with him talking on the phone in the back seat, that was hilarious.
I'm not sure where he would learn that. I have no idea.
Yeah, right, exactly. Where's he getting that from? So talk to us about what the best part about being a mom is, or maybe your best story with your son. I think it's always cool to hear stories with kids, and a lot of my friends are having just having their first kids. So share anything around that realm you want to tell us about.
Sure. No, he's a ton of fun. He is about 2.5 now, and the vocabulary is growing every single day. But as it's growing, I think that one of my big things that I work on with him is being polite and manners. And so I always make sure that he tells me thank you, to say you're welcome, trying to ask me for different things instead of whining or whatever. And so it's just been really cute. It literally melts my heart when, I don't really have to ask as much anymore. And he, will say thank you, Mama. And, I'm holding him, and he starts, stroking my hair, touching my earrings, and saying pretty. So
cool.
Yeah, it makes your day, and so that's all I'm like, no matter what type of day you've had, as soon as you pick him up, he runs over to you. It, will melt your heart, and then, of course, when he tells you you're pretty, that always
there you go.
So,
already known how to handle himself with the ladies at an early age.
Oh, yeah, he leaves every day and starts blowing kisses to the teachers, and he knows how to flirt already. I'm a little scared.
Nice. That's hilarious. And now maybe you know who he was talking to on the phone. So
I know he's probably calling his girlfriend saying, hey, I'll message you later on Twitter. Don't worry.
Nice. Okay, last question. This one's always the same. It's always about a cause or something else that you're passionate or interested in. And some people do nonprofits and charity, but other people have done things like TED and Chuck Heeman even did hating LeBron James. So so it can be anything that runs the gamut. So what would yours be?
I really do have a passion for Down syndrome. My niece has Down syndrome, and, really even since she was 3 months old, there's quite the process that she has to go through, as she had a heart condition and had open heart surgery when she was only 3 months.
Oh my gosh.
And I've learned a ton with, I was around for a little while they were going through, a lot of the therapy with her, and now it's really interesting getting into technology, because there's a lot of new things that are coming out with the use of iPads as well as iPod touches that will help them communicate, because obviously they're not able to communicate as well as the other children their age, but the way that the therapy sessions go and the way that technology is really helping these children, it's amazing. And so I've been really taken back as far as what's available for people out there, and really the way that technology is changing in order to make their lives better. And so there was, when I was living around the St. Louis area, we would participate in the Buddy Walk. And so now I do know that there is another Down Syndrome Association here in Austin, and there's some paperwork that I need to complete, but I'm really interested in kind of getting involved this summer in doing some different volunteer work, and I know they have some different events that they put on throughout the year. So I think this is going to be one way that I'm not going to be able to participate in the events around the St. Louis area anymore, but I'd like to get involved here in Austin and see how I can help.
Right, very cool. That's a great cause, and it is amazing. I've seen articles here and there about how they're using technology with all sorts of different special needs, especially with the tablets. It is a way to communicate at an early age. That is a really, really cool thing to think about. So,
well, it's neat because they can actually go through and choose what they want to say.
Right.
And so the the iPod Touch or the iPad is actually helping them. They can go through different pieces, and it will help them tell parents or the teacher really what they're looking for. So it's amazing, and I think the technology is changing all the time, so it'll be interesting to see how it changes.
This is fascinating. I wonder if, Steve Jobs and the guys at Apple literally sit there and they knew all these uses for their technology when they first put it out there. Or maybe not, but it's amazing how much it catches on and how many uses we find for it. So,
but it also makes you wonder why you didn't think of it first.
Yes, it does. But I don't know if you've ever heard this quote. Steve Jobs was quoted one time as saying, they asked him if he does market research, if Apple does market research, and he said, no, we hire people that know how to create the products that people need and want to use. And I said, okay, well, I think you're the only person in the world that could say that.
Right. Oh, exactly. And then also make you feel that you can't live without it.
Right. Exactly. Stephanie, thanks so much for the time today. Guys, you can follow Stephanie at @Wonderlin on Twitter. And we really appreciate the time, Stephanie. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much.